Chosen one. You stand on the precipice of a deep and challenging truth. Inside of you, a force has grown, one that has been with you for as long as you can remember. A constant whisper urging you to seek more power, more success, more things. This force, subtle yet overpowering, is greed. It has made a home in your heart, slowly transforming your desires until they overshadow everything else. Greed, in its essence, is a yearning for something beyond your reach, a desire that promises to fill the void in your soul, to complete you. But it only grows the emptiness further. And now, this hunger consumes you. It has taken over. You may not even realize it, but it is shaping your thoughts, your actions, your very identity. It's not that you've always wanted to be this way. Perhaps, at one time, you had noble aspirations to help others, to find peace, to achieve success with integrity, but now, you find yourself chasing the wrong things. Each new acquisition, each victory, no matter how grand, leaves you feeling more hollow. You thought that the more you had, the more fulfilled you would be. But now you see the truth. You are still chasing the next thing, the next high. Never feeling truly satisfied, always wanting more. The promise of fulfillment was a lie. Greed is a deceiver, a trickster that whispers to you in your quiet moments, convincing you that you need just one more thing to feel complete. It tells you that your worth is tied to what you own, how much you can gather, how much you can achieve. Greed feeds on comparison. It feeds on your desire to be better than others, to have more, to never be left behind. And so, you begin to measure yourself against those around you. Do they have more than you? Are they further along in their journey? Do they seem happier? More successful? It doesn't take long before you start believing that your value is found in your possessions, in your status, in your accomplishments. And yet, despite all the things you collect, there's still something missing. The void is not filled. You may already feel it like a hunger that gnaws at your insides. The more you get, the less you feel. You climb higher, but every step up only reveals a higher mountain to scale. You chase after the wind, thinking it will carry you to a place of peace, only to find that it slips through your fingers, leaving you with a deeper longing. Your heart is full of questions. When will it be enough? When will I finally feel whole? When will I have everything I've been told I need to be happy? But the answer is always the same: more. And still, more. Greed isn't just about material possessions, though. It's about the desire to control. It's about power. You seek control over your environment, over people, over your circumstances. You want to shape the world around you to fit your needs, to satisfy your desires. But what you don't realize, chosen one, is that in seeking to control everything, you are giving away the very thing you are seeking to protect: peace. You may have convinced yourself that with more control, you will find happiness. But in reality, it is only locking you in a cage. The more you try to control, the less freedom you have. The more you try to accumulate, the less you can enjoy what you already have. And here lies the great paradox. Greed promises to fill the emptiness within you, but in reality, it only deepens it. The more you give into it, the further you drift from your true purpose, from your inner peace. And with every step you take toward fulfilling your desires, You may feel a fleeting sense of satisfaction, but it won't last. It never does. Greed is a hungry beast that can never be fed. Because once it is satiated, it grows hungrier, demanding more, never satisfied. And all the while, you are left feeling emptier, unable to understand why. The more you gain, the less you feel. But here is the truth that greed wants to hide from you. Chosen one, your worth is not defined by what you own, by how much you can accumulate, or by how much power you possess. Your worth is not tied to any external factor. It is intrinsic, defined by your heart, your purpose, your love, and your capacity to give. Greed wants to make you believe that happiness lies in having more. But the truth is, it lies in having enough. Enough love, enough peace, enough purpose to guide you through each day. It's time to pause. Chosen one, time to look inward. What has greed taken from you? Has it taken your relationships, your peace, your joy? Has it caused you to lose sight of what truly matters in your life? It's easy to become blind to this, to be swept away by the rush of desire and the need to chase after more. But right now, in this moment, you are invited to step back and reflect on what truly fills your soul. Is it the endless pursuit of wealth, status, and power? Or is it love, connection, and the peace that comes from living in alignment with your true self? This is the moment when you can make a choice. Chosen one, you can continue down the path of greed, forever chasing something that will never be enough. Or you can choose to break free. The moment you acknowledge the hold greed has over you, you step into the power of transformation. You no longer have to be a slave to the desire for more. You can choose a new path, one that leads to fulfillment, peace, and purpose. But this transformation requires a willingness to let go. Greed will not release its grip on you easily. It has woven itself into the fabric of your identity. But it is not you. It is an external force that you have allowed to define your worth. Now, you must reclaim that worth. You must recognize that you are enough as you are, without the need for endless possessions or control. You are enough because you are you, unique, loved, and worthy of peace. It may be difficult, chosen one, but it is not impossible. The choice to release greed is the choice to embrace a life of abundance. Not in things, but in love, in peace, in joy. You were not meant to live a life ruled by endless desire. You were meant to live a life of purpose, of connection, of true fulfillment. Letting go of greed is the first step in reclaiming your soul, in finding the freedom that is waiting for you. The path you've been walking, chosen one, has led you to a moment of profound self-realization. You've seen the effects of greed, how it has clouded your vision and distanced you from the true source of fulfillment. The question now becomes, what do you do with this awareness? It's not enough to simply recognize that greed has a hold on you. You must decide whether you're willing to break free from it. The journey ahead will require courage, strength, and the willingness to let go of everything you thought you needed. To let go of greed is not to renounce all ambition or desire for success. It's about shifting the foundation upon which you build your life. Greed is an insatiable force that makes you believe you need more and more to feel complete. But true fulfillment comes from a different place altogether. The choice before you now, chosen one, is to realign your heart with what is truly valuable. It is a choice to seek peace, purpose, and love over possessions, status, or control. This may not be easy. The pull of greed is strong, and its influence is subtle. It doesn't always appear as an overt desire for wealth. Sometimes, it takes the form of the constant need to prove your worth, to be seen as successful, to always be doing and accumulating. Greed feeds on comparison, on the desire to measure yourself against others. It whispers in your ear that you're not enough unless you have more, unless you do more, unless you are more. But in these lies, there is no peace, no rest, no true contentment. Imagine, for a moment, what your life could look like without the weight of greed pressing upon you. What would it feel like to wake up every day knowing that you are enough, that you are loved exactly as you are, and that you don't need to chase anything outside of yourself for validation? What would it be like to live in alignment with your true values? To be motivated not by a need to prove yourself, but by a desire to serve, to love, and to grow? This is the transformation you are being called to embrace. Chosen one. It begins with the decision to release the grip of greed and replace it with something far more powerful: love. Love, in this sense, is not just a feeling, it is a choice, an intentional act that guides how you approach every situation, every person, and every challenge in your life. It is the foundation upon which you can build a life of true fulfillment. But to live with love as your foundation requires a radical shift in perspective. Greed makes you believe that you need more to feel complete. But love teaches you that you already have everything you need. It is through love that you can experience true abundance. Not the fleeting kind that comes from material wealth, but the lasting kind that fills your soul with peace and contentment. Love is the force that opens your heart to the world, that enables you to give without expectation, to be present without comparison, and to embrace life as it is, rather than as you wish it would be. The journey to releasing greed begins with forgiveness. Forgiveness of yourself and others. Greed thrives on resentment, bitterness, and fear. It keeps you chained to past wounds, making you believe that you need more to make up for what you've lost or what you've been denied. But forgiveness is the key that unlocks the chains. When you forgive, you release the past and free yourself to move forward with a heart open to love and transformation. You no longer have to carry the weight of anger or regret, because you understand that forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about your own freedom. It is also about understanding that your worth is not defined by what you have or what you can achieve. Your worth is intrinsic. It is defined by the love of the Creator, by the divine spark within you that has always been there. Even before you began to chase after things, your value does not come from your possessions, your career, or your social status. It comes from who you are. And when you embrace this truth, when you release the need to prove yourself through material success, you are free to live from a place of authenticity and grace. The second step toward freeing yourself from greed is learning to practice gratitude. Gratitude is the antidote to the emptiness that greed fosters. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you begin to see the abundance that already exists in your life. You start to notice the small, everyday blessings, the love of family and friends, the beauty of nature, the joy in simple moments. These are the things that truly nourish your soul. Yet greed causes you to overlook them in your constant quest for more. Gratitude opens your eyes to the richness of your life as it is, rather than constantly chasing after what you don't yet have. To live in gratitude is to acknowledge that you are enough, right here and right now. You don't need more to be complete. You already possess everything you need to live a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. The moment you truly embrace this truth is the moment you break free from the cycle of greed. You will begin to see that what you once thought you needed to be happy was never the answer. It was only an illusion. And lastly, you must make the choice to trust. Trust that God's plan for you is far greater than the one you have created for yourself. Trust that the desires of your heart are not misplaced, but that they are meant to be fulfilled in ways that align with your true purpose. Greed makes you believe that you need to control everything, that you must do everything yourself. But love, faith, and trust teach you to surrender, to let go of the need to grasp and control, and to let the flow of life carry you to where you are meant to be. In this surrender, you will find the peace that has always eluded you. You will discover that what you truly seek is not something outside of yourself, but a deep connection with the divine love that has always been within you. And as you step into this new way of living, the transformation will be profound, no longer defined by your desires or your need for more. You will live with purpose, with love, and with a heart full of gratitude. Chosen one, you have the power to let go of greed and step into a life of true abundance. The world offers you fleeting pleasures, but the love of Christ offers you something far greater, a peace that transcends all understanding, a joy that no material possession can provide, and a purpose that is greater than anything you could ever imagine. This is your invitation to let go of what is holding you back, to embrace love, and to live a life that reflects the fullness of your true worth. As you continue along your journey, chosen one, there will be moments when you feel the pull of greed grow stronger. It will try to convince you that it's still necessary to hold on, to fight for more. It will whisper in your ear that you need more power, more things, more validation. It might tell you that if you just have a little more, your life will be better, your happiness more complete. But these whispers are lies, lies that keep you trapped in a cycle of endless pursuit, always chasing something that can never truly satisfy you. What greed does is hide the truth. It makes you believe that fulfillment lies in having more, when in fact, true fulfillment comes from living with enough. The world constantly tells you that success is about how much you can accumulate. But what the world doesn't teach you is that true success is about how much you can give, how much you can serve, how much you can love. These are the markers of a life that is truly abundant. A life that is rich in meaning, in purpose, and in peace. To live this way free from the grip of greed is not something that happens overnight. It's a process, a journey that requires conscious effort and dedication. It's about changing the way you see the world, about shifting your focus from what you can take to what you can give. As you begin to release the need for more, you will start to notice that the things that once seemed so important, so necessary, no longer hold the same value. The material possessions, the accolades, the wealth, they begin to fade into the background. And in their place, a new perspective emerges. This new perspective is grounded in the understanding that the love of God and the love of others are what bring true joy. Greed tries to make you believe that love is transactional, that you must gain something to earn love. But God's love is unconditional. It does not require anything in return. It is given freely. And when you live from a place of love, you begin to experience the peace that comes with knowing you are enough, just as you are. As you step away from greed, the world's false definitions of success, and begin to embrace this deeper truth, you will experience a profound sense of liberation. The chains that once held you desire, comparison, competition will begin to loosen their grip. You will feel the weight that has been bearing down on your soul begin to lift. It's as though you've been walking with a burden you didn't even realize you were carrying. And now that burden is gone. In the absence of greed, your heart can finally open to receive the things that truly matter. Peace, joy, connection, and purpose. These are the treasures that remain when the pursuit of material gain ceases to dominate your life. You will begin to see your relationships deepen, your spirit lift, and your heart expand in ways you never thought possible. What you've been seeking all along, true happiness, is not found in what you can take, but in what you can give. But there will be times when the old whispers of greed return. They will try to pull you back into the cycle of more. In those moments, remember the truth you are embracing now, that true fulfillment does not come from wealth or status, but from love, peace, and service. When greed tempts you again, take a moment to pause and reflect. Remember that the love of God, the love that was born in a humble manger and grew into a sacrifice on the cross, is the love that has already fulfilled you. You do not need more to be whole. To be complete, you are already enough. And in those moments when greed resurfaces, recognize it as an opportunity for growth. It's not a sign of failure, but a chance to reaffirm your commitment to living in alignment with your true purpose. When you are tempted by the desire for more, pause and ask yourself, what am I truly seeking? What am I trying to prove? Are these things truly fulfilling? Or are they simply distractions from the deeper longing in my heart, the longing for love, peace, and connection? This is the challenge. Chosen one, to keep returning to the truth that fulfillment comes from within, not from what you acquire. Each time greed tries to take root, you are given the opportunity to choose a different path, a path that leads you back to your true purpose. The more you practice this, the stronger your inner resolve will become, until one day, the pull of greed will no longer have power over you. You will have learned the art of living with enough, the art of being content in the present moment, and the art of offering love freely, without expectation. Greed will always be lurking in the background, trying to convince you that you are missing something, that you need more. But the more you step into your true purpose, the more you will see how much you already have. You have love. You have purpose. You have the grace of God surrounding you. These are the things that truly fulfill. These are the treasures that cannot be stolen, that cannot be taken away. These are the riches that remain. As you begin to embrace this truth, your life will change. Your relationships will deepen. Your heart will soften, and your perspective will expand. You will see the world differently, not as a place to compete for resources, but as a place to love, to serve, and to create. The transformation will not happen all at once, but over time, as you continue to choose love over greed, peace over possessions, and purpose over status, you are chosen one, on the path to a life of true fulfillment. The more you release the grip of greed, the more you will discover the abundance that is already available to you. The peace, the love, and the joy you seek are not external things, they are found within. They are part of your divine nature. And as you align yourself with that nature, you will experience a life of purpose, of service, and of love. Greed will no longer define you. Love will. The more you embrace this love, the more you will transform the world around you as you walk the path of transformation. Chosen one. It's important to understand that the process of releasing greed is not linear. It is a journey, one that will ebb and flow with moments of progress and setbacks. There will be days when the grip of greed feels lighter, when you experience a sense of peace and contentment that feels truly fulfilling. And then there will be days when the weight of desire pulls at you, when the world's temptations seem louder than the quiet voice of your soul. But each step you take, whether forward or backward, is part of your growth. Every challenge you face, every moment when greed rears its head, is an opportunity to affirm your commitment to living differently. The battle is not in eradicating greed completely, for it will always be a part of the human experience. It's a battle of priorities, of shifting your focus from what you want to what you need, and ultimately, from what you need to what you can give. You are learning that true freedom comes from shifting your mindset, not from fulfilling the desires of the flesh, but from aligning with your soul's true purpose. Greed tells you that your worth is based on what you accumulate, but love and purpose tell you that your worth is inherent and unshakable, no matter how much or how little you possess. In this process, one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is compassion. Compassion, both for yourself and for others, allows you to move through this transformation with grace. It's easy to fall into self-judgment when you realize how greed has shaped your life. You may feel guilt for pursuing things that have ultimately left you unfulfilled, or regret for the ways in which you have hurt others in the pursuit of more. But self-judgment only keeps you trapped in the cycle of shame and desire. Compassion, on the other hand, allows you to see yourself with the understanding that you are human, that you are learning, and that growth is a continual process. You are not alone in this struggle. Chosen one. Many have walked this path before you. The world constantly bombards us with messages that tell us to strive for more, to measure our worth by our possessions, our status, and our achievements. These messages are so ingrained in our culture that we don't even question them. But when we begin to pause and reflect, we realize that what we have been chasing is not what truly satisfies. And when we make the decision to release our attachment to those external measures, we discover a deeper source of fulfillment within us. Just as you are invited to practice compassion with yourself, you are also called to extend that compassion to others. Greed often isolates us from one another. It makes us see others as competition, as obstacles in our pursuit of what we desire. But in truth, we are all part of a greater whole. And when we choose to serve others instead of trying to gain from them, we open the door to true connection. Compassion transforms relationships. It shifts the dynamic from one of me versus you to one of us together. This shift is powerful. It turns your focus from what you can gain from others to how you can support and lift others up. As you release the hold of greed, your heart will begin to open in ways you may not have expected. The things you once thought you needed will begin to fall away, replaced by deeper, more meaningful desires. You will want peace over possessions, connection over status, love over validation. And in the space created by releasing greed, you will find that your soul's deepest longing is not for more, it is for love, peace, and fulfillment that is found in living in alignment with God's will for you. But there will still be challenges. Chosen one, even as you move toward freedom, the world will continue to tempt you. Greed is a powerful force, and it will not relinquish its grip easily. There will be moments when you find yourself questioning if the path you have chosen is the right one. When you see others around you chasing success, accumulating wealth, and gaining power, you may wonder if you are missing out. But in these moments, remember that the true path to fulfillment is not found in what you can take, but in what you can give. The pursuit of material wealth is endless. The more you accumulate, the more you want. But when you focus on love, on service, and on sharing the gifts that God has given you, you will find that you are filled in a way that nothing else can provide. Greed will try to pull you back into its grip. But when you turn your focus outward, when you offer yourself and your resources to others, you will discover a wellspring of joy and contentment that cannot be taken away. This transformation is not just for you, it is for the world. When you choose to release greed, when you choose to live a life of service, you are contributing to the healing of the world around you. The impact of your transformation will ripple outward, touching those you encounter in ways you cannot yet see. Your decision to live with love instead of greed becomes a beacon of hope for others who are caught in the same struggle. Just as the birth of Christ, a single event in a humble stable, transformed the world, so too can your transformation have a far-reaching impact. There will be moments, chosen one, when it seems like the world is pushing you to give in to greed. When you feel that pressure to have more, to prove your worth by what you own or what you achieve, pause, breathe. Remind yourself that your worth is not tied to the things of this world. It is tied to who you are, to the love you carry within, to the peace you cultivate in your heart. You were created for a purpose far greater than accumulating wealth or power. Your true purpose lies in living a life of love, humility, and service. The more you embrace this purpose, the more you will feel the emptiness within you fill with joy, peace, and contentment. And as you do, you will begin to realize that true wealth is found in the relationships you build, the love you give, and the peace you nurture. This is the wealth that cannot be stolen, that cannot be lost. It is the wealth that remains with you, and that grows richer with every moment you live in alignment with God's will for your life. As you continue this journey, chosen one, know that every step forward is a step toward freedom. You are choosing a life of purpose over possessions, love over wealth, and service over success. This is the path that will lead you to the true fulfillment you seek. The road is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Keep your eyes on the divine purpose ahead, and let the love of Christ be your guide. As the journey of transformation unfolds, chosen one, there will be moments of deep introspection, moments where you feel the weight of the choices you've made and the challenges ahead. Yet, in these moments of stillness, you are also presented with the opportunity to surrender, to let go of what no longer serves you, and embrace the path that leads to true fulfillment. The struggle with greed is real, but so too is the power of transformation. Just as a sculptor chips away at a block of marble to reveal the statue within, you are being shaped, not by the world's standards, but by God's divine plan. As you continue to shed the layers of greed, you will begin to notice that what you once desired no longer holds the same power over you. The things that seemed important, the wealth, the accolades, the possessions begin to fade in comparison to the deeper desires of your heart. The desire for connection, for peace, for service to others. It's as if a veil has been lifted from your eyes, and you can now see clearly what truly matters. What once seemed like success now feels like a hollow pursuit. And what once seemed like a sacrifice now feels like freedom. This shift in perspective is both humbling and empowering. It is humbling because it reveals how deeply ingrained greed was in your heart, how much it shaped your thoughts and decisions. But it is empowering because it shows you that transformation is possible. You are not bound by the chains of desire and comparison. You can choose to live a life that reflects your true values. A life rooted in love, compassion, and purpose. As you begin to release the grip of greed, you will find that your relationships begin to change. You will no longer view others through the lens of competition or comparison. Instead, you will see them as fellow travelers on the same path, each carrying their own struggles, their own burdens, their own gifts. Your heart will open to others in a way that it never has before. And you will begin to experience the depth of connection that comes from living with love as your foundation. This transformation is not just about what you are letting go of, chosen one, it is also about what you are embracing. The more you let go of the need for more, the more you are able to embrace the richness of life as it is. You no longer need to seek validation from the world or from others. You are enough as you are. This is a powerful realization, one that frees you from the endless pursuit of external approval and allows you to live with true peace in your heart. But the process of transformation is not a one-time event. It is ongoing. And as you move forward, you will be faced with moments of temptation, moments when greed resurfaces and tries to take root again. In these moments, it is essential to remember why you are on this path in the first place. Remember the emptiness you once felt, the constant hunger that was never satisfied, no matter how much you gained. Remember the joy of giving, of loving without expectation, of living for a purpose greater than yourself. You will face times when it seems easier to give in to greed, when the world's messages of success and wealth seem more appealing than the quieter, more fulfilling path you are now walking. But these moments of temptation are not setbacks, they are opportunities for growth. Each time you resist the pull of greed, you become stronger. Each time you choose love, service, and humility over material gain, you take another step toward true freedom. In these moments, it is helpful to remind yourself of the truth that guides you. The desire for more is not wrong in itself, it is the attachment to it that causes harm. Desire is a part of the human experience. But when it becomes all-consuming, when it shapes your identity and your worth, it becomes a chain that holds you back from the fullness of life that is available to you. The truth you are learning, chosen one, is that true fulfillment comes not from the things you acquire, but from the love you give, the peace you create, and the purpose you live out. As you continue to grow, you will notice the subtle ways in which your transformation impacts the world around you. Your relationships will deepen, your heart will expand. The more you release the grip of greed, the more you make room for love to flow through you. You will begin to see opportunities to serve others, to lift them up, to help them on their own journeys. You will discover that as you give of yourself, you are filled with a joy that cannot be matched by any material possession. You will find that the more you serve, the more you receive, the more you give, the more you are blessed. This is the paradox of life. Chosen one. True fulfillment comes not through accumulation, but through giving. The more you let go of what you thought you needed, the more you open yourself up to what you truly desire: peace, love, purpose, connection. The more you give of yourself, the more you receive in return. You were not meant to live a life of endless pursuit, chasing after things that will never satisfy. You were meant to live a life of abundance, not in material things, but in the richness of love and service. The world will continue to tempt you, but now you know the truth. The pursuit of more is an illusion. It promises happiness, but it only delivers emptiness. True happiness, true fulfillment, lies in living a life aligned with love, with purpose, and with a heart open to giving. The more you embrace this truth, the more you will find peace. The more you release greed, the more you will be filled with the love that has always been available to you. Chosen one, you are on the path to freedom. It is a path that requires courage, but it is a path that leads to true fulfillment. The more you let go of what the world tells you is important, the more you will discover the things that truly matter. Your journey is just beginning, but already you are being transformed. Embrace this transformation and know that the love you seek is already within you. As you move deeper into this journey, chosen one, you may find that the desire for more begins to lose its grip on you. The more you release greed, the more you open yourself up to receiving the fullness of life in its simplest, most profound form. You start to realize that true abundance doesn't come from accumulating wealth or things. It comes from the richness of your experiences, the depth of your relationships, and the fulfillment of your divine purpose. You are beginning to shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. The world may try to tell you that you need more to be happy, but now, you know the truth. You have all you need to live a life of purpose and peace. In this space of surrender, you find yourself more connected to the present moment. Greed pulls you into the future, always striving for the next thing, the next goal, the next achievement. But as you release the pull of greed, you are able to rest in the present, knowing that everything you need is already within you, already provided by the divine. This shift in perspective is liberating. It is a reminder that true fulfillment comes not from chasing after things, but from embracing the gifts that are already present in your life. It is in the present moment that you find peace. The desire to control, to acquire, to measure your worth against the world's standards begins to fade as you embrace the simple joy of being. Your heart becomes more open, more receptive to the beauty around you, and to the love that you are capable of giving. This love, the love that has been awakened in you, is the truest form of wealth. It is a love that has no boundaries, no expectations, no conditions. It is freely given, and it is a reflection of the divine love that flows through you. As you continue to walk this path, you will notice the changes in your life. Your relationships deepen. You find that you are able to connect with others on a level you never thought possible. No longer consumed by your own desires and ambitions, you are able to truly listen, to truly see the people in your life. The connections you once thought were superficial begin to take on new meaning. Your interactions are no longer about what you can gain, but about what you can give. You begin to give more freely of your time, your attention, your heart, and in return, you receive the true richness of connection. But this shift also brings with it challenges. As you release greed and begin to live a life of love and service, the world may not always understand. The temptation to return to old patterns will still be there, and you may face resistance from the world around you. People may question your decisions, your motivations, or your shift in priorities. They may tell you that you are giving up too much, that you should want more. that you should be striving for success and wealth in the same way they are. These voices will test your resolve. It is easy to give in to the world's definition of success. It is tempting to believe that happiness is tied to more possessions, more status, more power. But remember, chosen one, that the peace you now experience is a direct result of your decision to release those very things. The world's measure of success is fleeting, but the love you are cultivating within yourself is eternal. It is the foundation that will carry you through every challenge, every obstacle, and every temptation. You are being called to a higher purpose, one that is rooted in love and service, not in wealth or power. The more you embrace this truth, the less appealing the world's distractions will become. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you question whether this path is truly the right one. The world will continue to tell you that you need more, that you are not enough unless you are constantly achieving, constantly acquiring. But in these moments, remember the truth you have embraced. Your worth is not defined by what you have or what you can accomplish. It is defined by who you are, by the love you give, and by the peace you create in the world. The journey you are on is not one of instant gratification. It is a journey of deep and lasting fulfillment. It is not about the rush of success or the fleeting pleasure of material gain. It is about living in alignment with your true purpose, in harmony with the divine plan. And while the road may be difficult at times, you will find that it is the only road that leads to true peace and happiness. It is a road that is filled with love, compassion, and grace. As you continue to walk this path, you will notice that your priorities begin to shift. You will no longer measure success by what you own or by how much you achieve. You will measure success by the love you give, the peace you create, and the service you offer to others. This shift in perspective is both freeing and transformative. It is a reminder that true fulfillment comes not from chasing after things, but from living a life of love, purpose, and connection. You are being called to let go of the old way of living, the way that was defined by greed, comparison, and desire. It is time to step into a new way of being, one that is defined by love, peace, and purpose. The journey ahead will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. As you continue to release the grip of greed, you will find that the world opens up to you in ways you never imagined. You will find that you are more fulfilled, more at peace, and more connected to the people around you. Greed may still try to pull you back, but each time you choose love over desire, each time you choose peace over acquisition, you take one more step toward freedom. The transformation is happening. Chosen one, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be, the person who lives not for themselves, but for the love of others and for the divine purpose that calls you forward. The love you are learning to give is the key to everything. It is the key to peace, to fulfillment, and to true success. And as you continue on this path, know that you are not alone. The love of God is with you every step of the way, guiding you, strengthening you, and filling your heart with the joy and peace that only divine love can provide. As you move deeper into the transformation, chosen one, it is essential to recognize that this journey isn't just about releasing greed. It's about fully embracing the divine purpose for which you were created. The more you release the hold of selfish desire, the more you make room for something far greater than the fleeting satisfactions of the material world. You are being called not just to stop chasing after things, but to reorient your entire life toward something deeper, toward a life that is rooted in love, service, and connection. This is the life of purpose, the life that will fill your soul, not with emptiness, but with true and lasting fulfillment. Every step you've taken so far has brought you closer to this realization that life is not about what you can accumulate or how much you can achieve, but about how you live, how you serve, and how you love. The world tells you that the more you gather, the more successful you are. But the divine truth is this: the more you give, the more abundant your life becomes. The act of giving, of sharing your time, your resources, and your heart creates a ripple effect that spreads far beyond what you can see. Every act of kindness, every moment of love, every service rendered in humility is a building block of something far greater than anything greed could ever give you. You will begin to notice that as you release greed and embrace love and service, your heart becomes more expansive. You begin to feel a deeper connection to the people around you, to the world itself. Greed causes isolation. It makes you focus only on what you don't have and what others have that you want. But love brings connection. When you focus on what you can give to others, you stop comparing yourself to them. You start to see them as equals, as people to serve and support, not as obstacles to your success. This is where true fulfillment lies, not in the accolades, the possessions, or the status, but in the relationships you build, the love you give, and the difference you make in the lives of others. This new perspective is not always easy to embrace, especially in a world that values success based on material wealth. You may still feel the pull of greed, the desire to have more, to do more, to be more. But remember that you are learning to live from a different place. A place of love. Love is not transactional. It does not expect anything in return. Love is given freely, and it creates a sense of abundance that is not tied to possessions or achievements. In fact, love is the only thing that can truly fill the emptiness that greed leaves behind. As you continue to let go of greed, the weight of your desires will begin to feel lighter. You will find that you are no longer constantly striving, no longer constantly measuring yourself against others, no longer chasing after the next thing. Instead, you will be more present in your life, more at peace with who you are, more content with what you have, and more connected to the people around you. You will notice a sense of ease in your life, a quiet confidence that comes from knowing that you are enough, just as you are. There will still be moments when you feel the temptation to fall back into the cycle of comparison and accumulation. But these moments, chosen one, are not signs of failure. They are opportunities for growth. Each time you feel the pull of greed, you have the chance to remind yourself of the truth, that your worth is not defined by what you possess, but by who you are. And who you are, chosen one, is a beloved child of God, already filled with all the love, peace, and abundance you could ever need. As you continue on this journey, you will begin to notice the changes in your life. The relationships that once felt strained or distant will begin to deepen. You will find that the more you serve others, the more you feel connected to them. You will notice that your actions begin to reflect the values you are embracing: humility, love, and service. These are the things that bring true fulfillment. True abundance is not about what you own. It is about the depth of your relationships, the love you give, and the peace you cultivate within your own heart. It is about living with purpose, not in the pursuit of more, but in the giving of yourself to the world. The more you live from this place of love, the more your life will be filled with joy and meaning. This new life is not something you have to wait for. It is already available to you. The transformation is happening right now. Each time you choose love over greed, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. Each time you let go of the need for more, you make space for the divine to fill your heart with peace, joy, and fulfillment. You are not meant to live a life of endless chasing. You were created to live a life of purpose, a life rooted in love and service. And as you continue to release greed and embrace this truth, you will discover a life that is far more fulfilling than anything you could have ever imagined. Your journey is one of transformation, but it is also one of rediscovery. It is about rediscovering the truth of who you are and the love that has always been within you. Chosen one, you are walking the path of true abundance, a path that leads to a life of fulfillment, connection, and peace. The more you embrace love, the more you will be transformed. And the more you are transformed, the more you will see the beauty of life, not in what you can acquire, but in what you can give. This is the promise of the life you are creating, a life filled with love, peace, and purpose. A life where you no longer feel the need to prove yourself, to accumulate wealth, or to gain power. A life where your worth is not defined by the things you have, but by the love you give, the peace you carry, and the service you offer to others. This is the life of true freedom. As you continue along your transformative journey, chosen one, you may begin to notice the world around you responding to the shift in your heart. The more you release greed and embrace love, peace, and service, the more these qualities begin to reflect in the way you interact with the world. The love that you are cultivating within yourself will begin to touch everyone and everything you encounter. There is a divine ripple effect that occurs when you choose love over greed. It spreads, creating a wave of positive change that extends far beyond your own life. The world will continue to offer you the temptation of more, of better, of faster. The messages that tell you that you are not enough until you have more will never cease. But now, you are no longer bound by these illusions. You know that true fulfillment does not come from the things you collect, but from the love you give, the peace you feel in your heart, the sense of purpose you carry, and the relationships you nurture are the treasures that bring lasting joy. As the grip of greed loosens, you find that you are no longer living in the constant pursuit of the next achievement or the next acquisition. Instead, you are learning to savor the present moment, to be fully engaged with life as it is. This shift in perspective is liberating. It frees you from the endless chase and allows you to experience the fullness of life without the need to prove your worth. You no longer need to seek external validation or accumulate possessions to feel valuable. You are valuable because you are loved, and that love is enough. In this new way of living, chosen one, you begin to realize that the more you embrace love, the more your life is filled with true abundance. The love you give comes back to you multiplied, not in material possessions or fleeting achievements, but in the deep connection you experience with others. You begin to see the world through new eyes, eyes that no longer focus on what you can gain, but on what you can give. This is the life of true abundance, a life filled with purpose, peace, and connection, rather than accumulation. There will still be moments when the temptation to return to old patterns of greed tries to creep in. The world will continue to tell you that you need more to be happy, that you are not enough without external validation, But now, you are stronger. You are no longer trapped in the cycle of desire and emptiness. You know that true happiness, true fulfillment, lies not in what you can acquire, but in how much you can give, how much love you can share, and how much peace you can create in the world. It is in the simple acts of love and service that the greatest transformations occur. When you serve others, when you love freely without expectation, you create a ripple effect that transforms not only your own life, but the lives of those around you. The more you give, the more you become a conduit for divine love in the world. You begin to see that your life has a greater purpose than accumulating wealth or achieving success. It is about making a difference, no matter how small, in the lives of others. This shift in perspective will begin to touch all areas of your life. Your relationships will deepen as you move away from selfish desires and embrace the true meaning of connection. You will find yourself more patient, more compassionate, and more understanding. As you let go of the need to control, you will begin to experience the beauty of allowing life to unfold naturally. You will see that when you trust in God's plan for you, when you let go of your own agenda, life becomes easier, more peaceful, and more fulfilling. Chosen one, your transformation is not just for your benefit, it is a gift to the world. As you embrace the life of love and service, you will become a beacon of light in the world. Your actions will inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that spreads far and wide. Your life will no longer be about the pursuit of more, but about living fully in the moment, embracing the love and peace that God has already provided for you. And as you continue down this path, you will find that the rewards are far greater than anything you could have ever imagined. True fulfillment comes not from what you own or what you achieve, but from the love you give, the peace you cultivate, and the purpose you live. These are the treasures that last, the treasures that fill your soul and allow you to experience the true abundance of life. The shift from greed to love is not a one-time event, it is a continuous journey, one that will unfold over the course of your life. There will be times when you feel as though you've made great strides, and there will be times when the pull of greed feels stronger than ever. But each time you choose love, each time you choose to serve, each time you let go of the need for more, you are walking closer to the divine purpose for which you were created. Remember, chosen one, that the divine love that has been revealed to you through this transformation is the same love that flows through all of creation. It is boundless, endless, and eternal. And as you embrace it, you become a channel for that love, sharing it with the world and transforming it from the inside out. This is your purpose, your calling, and your gift to the world. The journey ahead will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. You are becoming the person you were always meant to be, a person who lives not for themselves, but for others. A person who embraces love, peace, and purpose above all else. This is the life of true freedom, and it is yours to live. Keep walking the path. Chosen one, you are on the right track, and every step you take brings you closer to the fulfillment that can only come from love.